Hi, and welcome to your full body Pilates workout. For today's workout, you're just going to need your mat as well as a set of light weights. I'd say anywhere from 2 to 3 pounds just to add a bit of extra resistance today. So, with that said, we'll go ahead and get started laying down on your back. So, coming all the way down into your starting position, feet are going to be planted on the floor right under knees. Hands will just come down by your side and maybe start to rock the knees side to side here. Also, you'll notice I have a hair clip in. If you have a hair clip in like this and it's really going to bother the back of your head, or it like keeps your head out of alignment with your neck, go ahead and take it out or put in a hairstyle that's going to help. I'm just being lazy. I don't feel like doing that. We're taking it in and out. So coming back through center here, I just wanted to make that little side note, not being a bad example. Find a nice inhale. So big deep breath all the way down. On your exhale, tuck your pelvis and flatten your lower back into the mat. Belly button presses to spine. Your ribs are closing down towards your hips. All the air comes out of your lungs. Reset back to neutral. Inhale. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, release. 2 more here like that. Last one, really trying to close everything in and down, feeling that deep core connection, feeling the little stretch in your lower back. And reset. Bring hands down by your side. We're going to work that into your spine articulation bridge. So coming back for your center position, inhale. Same thing, tuck, scoop. Now start to drive through your heels. Really take your time rolling up into a bridge. Your lower back will lift up, your middle back, upper back comes up, but your shoulder blades will stay grounded so you're not dumping into your hips. At the top here, you find another inhale. On your exhale, think tuck that pelvis a little bit more and roll it back down, upper back, middle back, lower back will hit last. Reset back to neutral. Inhale. Exhale, tuck, scoop, lift. Start to roll it up, really deep scoop through those lower abs, using your core here to lift the spine one vertebra at a time. Squeezing at the top, inhale. And exhale, roll it back down. You'll find your last one here. I'm just going to let you breathe through it. Once you hit the bottom, go ahead, let the pelvis reset back to neutral. You can find that little windshield wiper side to side if that feels good for you. Once we come back through center, we'll bring right leg to tabletop. Left leg will follow. You're keeping the natural curve of your spine, so we're not flattening your lower back here, trying to keep that nice neutral spine. Arms come in line with your shoulders. On your inhale, let the arms go back a bit. On your exhale, lift through head, neck, and chest, reach towards your toes, and then inhale, come back down. Exhale, lift. So if you're new and just finding this video, in a lot of my videos, I'll talk about your elevator core, which basically means I want you to use your lower, middle, and upper abs to lift you up instead of just your upper abs. When we find a curl, a lot of times these upper abs take over and it sends a lot of pressure down into that lower abdominal area. So really think of using scooping and lifting from lower, middle, upper abs, lift you up last. Good. Going for last 3 here. Lifting right from the middle of your chest like I have a string attached. Next one, we exhale, lift up, hold your lift. Inhale, extend the legs out long. Exhale, pull them back in. Trying to stop the knees right when they come over the hips. Trying to continuously squeeze the legs together, zipping up through the inner thighs, through the core. Fingertips are reaching long to lift that chest up just a little bit higher. Go for last 2. Out. Exhale, pull in. Last one. Good. Hug knees in. Head, neck, and chest can rest. You can give your lower back a little massage here. And then we're going to go ahead and find just one of your weights. You can grab some water if you would like, but grabbing just one of the weights, the other one can go off to the side. We'll really only need one for the workout today. So coming all the way down, we're going to work some single-sided work. So this is going to expose some imbalances side to side, and you can play around with stabilizing. I'll give different options for different levels of difficulty. So let's go ahead and start with the weight in your right hand. We'll bring right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop. The first option is going to be starting with this left hand grounded on your mat. It's going to help you with your balance, so keeping it there. And then as we go, you can start to lift it if you would like. Left leg will point up to the ceiling. So opposite arm and leg are reaching up. On your exhale, lift the head, neck, and chest. Lower the arm and leg. Inhale, float everything back. Exhale, lift. Good. Inhale, float up. If you want a little bit less stability through this side, you can lift this left arm up and have it do the same thing your right hand is doing. That might feel more natural as well. But if you feel like your hips or your torso is kind of shifting side to side, as you find this motion, really press your left hand down into the mat and let it help with that. Good. Trying to get those shoulder blades up off of your mat with each curl, reaching towards the end of the mat with your toes, with that right hand. We're going to stay here for last 3. All the air coming out of your lungs as you curl up for 2. Find your last one. Good. Coming back through center, left leg will bend in. Bring your right elbow down. So I'm going to show you on this side, but we're going to put the weight back in your right hand. You're going to have your elbow kind of hovering just off the mat, and your pinkies are facing towards your ankle. So bringing it back into our right hand, that is your arm position. Your left leg is bent in. On your exhale, straighten the right arm, straighten the right leg, reach long, point through the toe, and then bend everything back in on your inhale. Exhale, tricep press, reach with the leg. Inhale, come back in. So you can get as much or as little as you want out of your left leg here. Really pointing through the toe, flexing through the quad will make it a little bit more active. Or if you're not feeling that today, you don't have to. You can just extend it. Good. Let's go for 3. Really reaching, curling up as high as you can. 2. Using that strong exhale. Last one here. Good. Come all the way down. Your feet will plant down right underneath the knees. Both hands will reach up. Keep your right hand kind of on top of the weight. Left hand will grip underneath the weight. We are going to curl up and over to your right side here. So inhale, let the weight go back a bit. Exhale, curl up. Trying to get your left shoulder blade all the way off of your mat here. Using your right obliques. If this feels okay for you and you want a little more of a challenge, you can bring legs to tabletop and take your curl from there. But you can always keep them grounded if that feels better. Finding last 4 here. Big inhale, let the weight come back a bit. Exhale, twist. Woo, losing my balance a bit there. Trying to keep the hips grounded and just move from that upper body. Go for 2. Out of this side after this, for our abs at least. Good. Coming all the way down. Feet can ground. Weight can come down. It's going to stay in your right hand, but we're going to keep the feet grounded. We're going to go into some bridge work now. So bring your right elbow wide out to the side. So you're kind of in this chest press position. Left arm will come down. Left leg goes up to the ceiling. Single leg glute bridge with opposite arm chest press. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, press and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale. So this one definitely might feel a little bit more wobbly. I would suggest keeping that left hand down to help support you and trying to stabilize through hips a little bit here. But if you're feeling confident, you can always bring that left arm up to add your balance challenge. But that's hard. I mean, that's hard for even me to not wobble side to side. I like having my left hand down, but take whatever option feels best for you. Finding that tiny tuck under of the pelvis at the top to take this out of your lower back, pointing through left toe, engaging your left quad. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press for last 3. Hips are just tapping on your mat. You're not letting them rest. 2. Last one here. Hold it up at the top. Exhale, press and hold. Open your palm to face in towards the rest of your body and find a soft bend in your elbow. Lift the hips higher. Flex your left foot. Now open your right arm out to the side as you lower your left leg. Exhale, pull everything back through center. So you're kind of finding this chest fly as the leg lowers, and then you can point that toe, bringing it up through center. Flex the foot to lower, open, point the toe, exhale, pull everything back in. You just have 2 more here. Inhale, lower, trying to keep those hips lifted. Right side is working overtime. Last one, lower. Lift. Left foot can come down. You'll lower everything all the way down. Windshield wiper knees side to side just to release that right hip. And then we're just going to go through all of that on our other side. So bring the weight over to your left hand. We'll find right leg tabletop, left leg tabletop first, and then right leg is going to come up to the ceiling. So straight arm, straight leg, palm faces down towards your mat for this one. So find your inhale, exhale, lower and lift. Inhale, come back up. Right hand is doing whatever feels good. You can leave it down on the mat. If that felt nice for you, you can have it doing what the left hand is doing as well, if that makes everything feel a little bit more balanced. It will take away that added stability here. Starting to get a little shaky, as it should. You should be finding that highest point in your curl, so you can hear it in my voice, that it causes some shakes through those abdominals here, pointing through both toes. Go for last 3 here. Nice. 2. Reaching towards the end of the mat. Last one. Good. Coming all the way back down. We'll bend the knees in and then bend the left elbow in towards your side. So the elbow isn't glued on your mat. It's a little bit lifted, like an inch or so. Knees stay in line with hips. Shins are parallel to the ground. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, extend and lift. Inhale, pull in. Exhale, press, lift. Inhale, relax. Reset, exhale. So again, really trying to find that reach through your right toe and thinking of your knuckles reaching towards the end of the mat. Let that pull your chest a little bit higher. Elevate our core, lower, middle, upper abs. All working together here for last 2. Last one. Nice. Coming in, feet will ground. We'll go ahead, scoot your left hand to the top of your weight. Right hand will come underneath, starting with your feet grounded. Inhale, let the arms come back a bit. Exhale, curl and lift to the outside of your left thigh. And then coming back through center. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Right shoulder blade is pulling up off your mat. You're using your obliques here, reaching. And inhale, come back down. If this feels okay for you, you can start to lift the legs to tabletop to take away that support, but just take whatever option feels best for you today. 3 more here. Big inhale. Exhale, reach and lift. Really trying to find those shakes again. Push yourself here. You're out of this single-sided core work. We head into our bridge after this last one. Good. Coming back down. Feet will ground. The weight will stay in your left hand, but we'll reset here. Right hand will come down to the mat. So stack ankles right underneath of your knees. Left hand comes up to the ceiling. Oh, no, it doesn't. Left hand goes up to the side to start. So we're in that chest press position. It's going to be pressing up into the ceiling, but we're going to start with it down. Right leg lifts up. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, chest press, single leg bridge. And inhale, lower back down. Really just tap the hips. Don't let them rest. We're trying to keep that activation through the glute and hamstring going the entire time so they really feel that burn by the end here. Elbow comes down and out wide, feeling this movement in your chest, a little bit maybe in the shoulder. Keep active through this right leg. Try to engage the quad and keep it straight as much as you can for last two. And last one here, we hold it up. Turn the palm to face in and find a soft bend in the elbow. Flex your right foot. Inhale, lower the leg, open the arm, hips stay lifted, point the right toe. Exhale, we close it back in. Inhale, flex to lower, open the arm. Exhale, point to lift, close it in. Keep squeezing through that left side. Your left glute should be on fire. Last two here. Flex, inhale, lower. Good, and lift. Last one. Good. Right leg comes down, weight can come down. Rock it side to side to release through the left side glute. And then the weight can go down. We're just going to make our way up to a seated position. However, it's easiest for you. Go ahead and find a sip of water if you would like. We're going to grab one of our weights for our finisher here. So that's going to be a side plank. We'll thread the needle and then we're going to go right into a side teaser. So we're going to hit that on both sides and then you are done. We'll cool it down. So two options again here. We'll start in your side plank on your left forearm. You can take this from your knees. So that would look like coming up into your side plank, threading under, reaching up. We're going to drop the hips, press up into your side teaser. So I'm going to go through this with you, but that's what it looks like from the knees. If we're going full side plank, you'll press up, thread it under, back up, come down onto your hips, and then bring it right up into your side teaser. So we'll walk through it together. You can follow my words. So take whatever plank option is going to feel best for you. I'm going to go full side plank just because it's our finisher. Try to challenge yourself here. Weight starts down. I want you to press your shoulder down away from your ear and really engage this muscle right underneath your armpit to support you here. On an exhale, press all the way up into your side plank. Reach right arm under, thread the needle. Inhale, bring it back up. You can exhale, lower the hips, lift the legs, find that side teaser. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press up. Thread the needle. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower the hips, lift the legs. Good. We have 4 more here on this side. Inhale. Exhale, lift and thread. Inhale to lower. Exhale, teaser. Good. So you're kind of rocking back onto your glutes. When you find that side teaser, you're not staying on your hip. You lower the hips down and then you kind of sit back onto your butt to allow the legs to lift up. Try not to collapse down into your shoulder. Stay lifted here. Last 3. We're getting there. You're done after this though. Feet come down, lift it up. 2. All right, guys, find your last one. Lift, thread, lift, teaser, and bring it all the way up. You can kind of roll out your shoulder there. Nice work. We'll just flip the legs around. Weight will come into your left hand, right into the other side. Forearm is down, feet are stacked. We find an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, press up, thread that needle. Inhale, float the arm up, lower the hips. Exhale, find your teaser. seeing how far you can reach your fingertips back behind you, not forgetting to engage our lats, engage our muscle right underneath your armpit to kind of help stabilize your shoulder here so it's not taking all of that work. Getting your heart rate up a little bit. Last 4. And let. Here we go, 3. Rocking back onto the hips, lower abs, pull the legs up. 2. Find your last one, lower. Side plank, reach. Back up, hips drop. And teaser, coming all the way up here, pressing out of that right shoulder, give it a little roll out, and we will just take a couple stretches to cool it down. So starting in this seated position, let your right leg extend out long. We'll reach both fingertips up to the ceiling. Find a nice little forward fold here. Letting the hamstring lengthen. Letting your heart rate come back down. Good. Coming off through center, we'll just switch out sides. So left leg. We'll extend long, big breath up. Exhale, fold. Letting your hamstring lengthen. Playing around with maybe straightening out your knee. Coming up through center, we'll take a butterfly pose here. Soles of the feet together, ankles together, maybe pressing out wide into the knees. Opening up through the hips and inner thighs. And then moving this into just a cross-legged position. Both arms will reach up. Find a twist. Right hand is going to come outside your left thigh. And then really press your right hand into your knee. Feel that opening up underneath your shoulder. Twisting through the back on an exhale. Inhale back through center, other side. And you are all set. If there are any other stretches you would like to take, feel free, but I will see you in another workout.